Don't listen to what a woman says. Hey guys, what's going on? Josh from the Mantidote, and today we are going to talk about the attraction perception scale. Guys in relationships these days will get really confused with what a woman says as opposed to what a woman does. I was married for about 7 years also. And during that marriage, I made a lot of insane mistakes. A lot of the mistakes that I had made, number one, was assuming that I could listen to what a woman wanted, and by giving her what she told me that she wanted, that I would find happiness, that I would create a really healthy relationship. It was the total opposite of that. Because ultimately, women will have what I call a secretive sexual strategy. Women will say something that they want, but ultimately they want something deep down inside. I'm going to give you an example. Maybe you have a girlfriend and your girlfriend asks you to skip your jujitsu meeting. Maybe she asks you to skip your gym meeting because she really wants your attention. She really wants you to go out with her. The more that she's doing that and the more that you succumb and give into what she says, she might on the outside be happy. She might show you on the outside that, hey, like, I'm so happy that you did this for me. But on the inside, she's really losing respect for you. Because ultimately, they want something different than what they're saying. And they're going to test you to see really how strong you are in your own boundaries, in your own capabilities to follow your growth, to follow your mission, and to put yourself in the mission first. Because ultimately, as a woman, she wants you to succeed in your mission. She wants you to succeed in what you're creating in life. Because if you're paying attention to her, well, you are not going to pay attention to the things that are actually going to help expand and build her ability to depend on you as a man. Now, I've had a lot of struggles with this because I didn't really know about this before. And my problem going into this marriage when I was about 22 is that nobody really talked about this. No one talked about what it is that women really need in relationships. Nobody really talked about how men need to show up in their relationships. And as a result, I was just doing and I was playing on whatever it was that was coming from her. And what that resulted in is a man with weak boundaries, a man that was really falling into people-pleasing mode, a man like me who was eventually walking on eggshells because I ultimately just wanted to make her happy. You can't make a woman happy, okay? Love does not equal attraction. I mentioned this before in the video that you'll find this with so many women when they fall out of love with their husbands. They will say, listen, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And it's a process that will happen slowly over the course of a relationship because it actually takes longer for a woman to fall in love with a man, but it also takes longer for her to fall out of love with a man, as opposed to a man. How many guys do we know, and maybe yourself included, will meet a girl and all of a sudden we see how beautiful she is. You imagine what kind of kids you can have with her. You imagine how amazing she is in bed, right? It's much easier for a man to fall in love. The basis of every healthy relationship is attraction. And a lot of guys don't understand this when they get into relationships because they really want a girl. They think that I can try to convince a woman to be in love with me. Like come out with me, baby, like try to send her gifts. They think that they can rationalize a conversation with a woman to get her to be in love with them. And so the basis for every healthy relationship has to be attraction. She needs to be sexually attracted to you. I just had a story about a guy who was trying to court a woman that he thought was totally beautiful. Now, his whole interaction with her was, hey, babe, like maybe if I have a deeper emotional connection with her in the beginning, maybe if I just go after that, showing her that I'm a deeper person, maybe if I go through the process of showing her my softer sides, she's going to be in love with me. And eventually she's going to want to sleep with me. Now, that's a mistake, and I'll explain to you why. In modern dating, most women out there are sexually active with other partners. And the fact that they're sexually active with other partners means that they're already being promiscuous. So the angle to be able to attract them and court them means that they need to show you that they're already sexually attracted to you. It happens often with women that when they hit 30 plus years old, they start telling themselves that they want to save themselves for the man that they're going to couple with in the long term. The problem is that women have two different instincts. A woman has an instinct A, to be sexually aroused, to have sexual connection, and she has also an instinct to be provided for. When a woman begins picking a man out of a priority of provision and not attraction, she will eventually become resentful with that man, guaranteed. So my rule that I'm always recommending to my clients, I'm recommending to my friends is this: it's sex first, comfort after. That's why there's a 3-date rule. That's the dog barking. I have a 3-date rule. Woman does not sleep with you within 3 dates. That means you need to move on. She's not choosing you for the sexual attraction she has for you. Now, this doesn't work in every situation, okay? Because some situations, if a woman is actually celibate, if a woman is a virgin, well, in those situations, she can and she will wait to hold herself before she's with the right guy. So you're gonna have to be able to tell, because not every situation is the same. But I'm gonna tell you that 98% of the time, when we're dealing with modern women, they usually have some other guy that they're sleeping with. So that means that in order to get into a relationship with them that you know is going to be long lasting, that will have the necessary polarity, necessary attraction, make sure that she sleeps with you within the 3-date rule. I use the system because this system works and always works. Now, love does not equal attraction. Then what equals attraction? Well, what equals attraction is a few things: growth, mission, discipline. I know that you've heard it before. She's gonna be attracted to the type of guy that you are, your physical look, your abundance with other women. Women want to be with men that other women want to be with and that other guys want to be. Women have something called mate matching. When they see that a guy is already attractive or the guy has confidence, it makes her want you more. So, but this is the thing though. I was saying to you before, no woman is going to ever tell you that. She's never going to say, hey, I'm attracted to the guy that other girls are attracted to. This is the type of thing I'm talking about. They're never going to tell you what they actually want, but they're going to act on it. So you could be one guy talking to 3 different girls. Girls are going to try to get your attention because you're speaking to all 3 of them at the same time. But if there was one girl there she was talking to, she might not be so attracted to you. All of a sudden bring another 2 girls and her levels of attraction for you go up. But love does not equal attraction. All right? There's men that are in love with women that they will never meet. And the bond that is created, the hormones that are created through love do not equal attraction. They're 2 different hormones. So in the beginning of a relationship, a woman may be attracted to a man. But as the man continues to behave and act in a manner that is not attractive, she will still love him, but she will fall out of attraction for him. This is why you have situations where couples begin to look like roommates. Right? In the beginning, they're attracted to each other, but eventually they see each other every day, okay? She gets used to him. She gets used to the monotony. She feels like he's not growing. She feels like he's not that attractive individual that she knew before, and that attraction comes down, but that love stays. So this is why it brings me to the next point. More attention equals less attraction. I struggle with this. Why do I struggle with this? Because I know that as a guy, from my point is like, I want to love somebody and I want to be able to give them my time and energy. But the reality is the more time that you're spending on them, the more attention you're giving to them, the less attractive they are to you. Any man that puts his relationship first before his mission, his work, will ruin the relationship. She needs to see that you have things that are more important outside of her. Yet she's going to tell you that she wants to see you more. This is what I'm saying. Again, back to the same point. Whatever they say, don't listen to what a woman says. Do not listen to a woman says. She wants to see you more. She wants you to make her a priority. But the second that you make her a priority in your life, her attraction starts to go down. Her perception starts to go down. Check this out. When her perception of you is low, her attraction to you is low. I'm writing with my left hand here. This is why in the beginning of a relationship, when a woman first meets you, if you have good game, if you have a good way of presenting yourself, her attraction for you is going to be high. And so is her perception of you. Perception, attraction. Once the honeymoon phase is over, she no longer has those hormones that created this experience, right, that we have in the beginning relationship. Then her perception starts to go down. So the question ultimately is, how the hell do I keep my perception high and my attraction levels high if I want to be in a long-term relationship? This is why a lot of people will bounce around from different women in different relationships, because it's so much easier to keep the perception levels high and the attraction levels high when you don't really get to know a person's innermost depths. So how do we do it? Number one, personal growth. You are growing personally. You are getting somewhere. You're mission oriented. Her attraction to you will continue to grow. It's really based upon you and what you do and how you handle yourself. And I have met so many guys, I've worked with thousands of men, the same thing happened to all of them. They got into a long-term relationship, they stopped following their hobbies, they stopped doing the things they love, they just would go to work, they would come back home, do the same thing every day, and that perception level lowers, attraction level lowers, and there you go. Have you ever had a naggy woman? Women will start to nag you more when their attraction levels for you are lower. Have you noticed this? In the beginning of your relationship, she's laughing at the stupid jokes, and the second that you start giving into her, giving into more of what she wants, more of her desires, all of a sudden now she starts nagging you. All of a sudden now she starts being bothered by you that much more. Well, you know what doesn't equal attraction? Hey, please wash the dishes. If you wash the dishes, then I'm going to sleep with you. If you do this for me, then I'm going to sleep with you. If you take me out more, then I'm going to sleep with you. That's complete crap, guys. I cannot tell you how many relationships I've seen the same thing play out again and again and again. If you do more for me, then I'm going to like you more. No, you're not going to like me more if I do more for you. That's not how it works. You're going to like me more if you see that I become more of an attractive individual. There's others out there that are going to enjoy and want my time, and that you need to work for something. Women need to work for you in order to be attracted to you. The second that you're working for them, they don't like you anymore. They don't want to be pedestalized. And again, back to that same thing. Don't listen to what a woman says, because she's going to say, wash those dishes for me, then I will love you. That's the worst advice that you could possibly give somebody. So it comes back to this. Doing things does not equal attraction. So what does? Growth, mission, discipline. And it sounds so corny. It sounds like that it's literally like the same thing over and over again, guys. But that's the truth. Guys, I hope that you get a lot of value from this. I want you to smash the subscribe button, like, comment, share this with your friends. Attraction, perception, scale. Send this to somebody that this could really help. These are things that I wish that I knew. If you want to book a one-on-one consultation, click the link in the comments below. Guys, I have something called the Vetting Blueprint. It tells you exactly what you need to look for in a woman for a long-term relationship. A ride or die woman is going to be with you till the end. I'm going to tell you the qualities that you need to look for. There's some other really cool stuff there. You got free meditations. I would hit the link below. You can get the Mantidote. It's a book that I've written on how to elevate yourself through dating and relationships. I'll catch you in the next video. Much love and thank you for tuning in.